Hi, besties. Welcome back to the Because I Love You podcast. We are wrapping up 2024 with an episode driven by none other than you guys. And spoiler, this might actually become something very central to the podcast, depending on how this goes. But moving forward in 2025, I really want you guys to be the main character, and I just kind of drive the show. I want to hear more about what you guys are wanting to talk about, all the things. So once you watch this, you'll get kind of an idea of the structure. But in the description of this video, you can actually leave voicemails for future episodes because that's kind of going to be the vibe moving forward. And I'm really excited about it, like so excited about it, because it makes me feel like I'm talking to humans, and I don't know, I'm excited for that. Sometimes me talking to a camera feels very, what's the word? Perhaps dystopian? Yeah. But before we jump in, I have something exciting I want to share with you guys. Something I want to start doing in 2025 also is spoiling my crew, spoiling the girls, okay? That's what we're doing. And if you're into it and you like free stuff, listen up. So I've got some goodies for you guys. If you're watching, you can see I am holding this up very awkwardly, but let me show you what I have, okay? One of you listening or watching right now is going to get some new mascara to bring you into the new year. Better Than Sex. I mean, honestly, this was a staple for me literally since high school. I remember when that was like really the new thing in high school. Everybody had that mascara. And I at the time could not afford that mascara, but I could afford the travel size one. Period. We found a way. I also have a Glossier, if you guys are into that. This is it's some balm, but it's biscotti and espresso. Yeah, I didn't even get to try it. I'm giving it to you. So you're welcome. And then another favorite brand of mine, Glow Recipe. This is a little tri-pack of goodies. There is the niacinamide, which is so slay. I love it. I put it on my skin literally every night. There's a Glow Recipe toner, and it looks like a moisturizer. So it's a little tri-pack for you. And then last but not least, I also have for you a NYX Buttermelt blush. Very cute. Very cute. So I'm going to tell you, this is going to be a thing in each episode moving forward. I'm kind of giving you guys teaser this episode, but if you want to be entered to win those freebies, all you have to do is DM me 3 emojis that I mentioned in this episode. I'm going to give you 2 right now. Dolphin and frog. The third one will later be revealed in this video. And the reason I'm doing that is just because I really want to show appreciation to those of you who continually show up, and not just click in and show up, but actually watch through. Like, it means so much to the podcast. Watch time and listen time is literally the currency for this podcast. So this is something I really want to do for you guys moving forward. And each episode, I will be sure to share that with one of you. So again, if you want to be entered, DM me these 3 emojis. It's the dolphin emoji, the frog emoji, and the last one will be revealed. Go to my Instagram account, Hey Bria Jones, and DM me those emojis. And it's literally how you can enter. So easy, right? I know. If you would like a bonus entry, you can leave a comment down below saying the best thing that's happened to you in 2024. Or if you're not watching on YouTube, you can just share this episode to your stories. So one or the other, it does not matter. That's a bonus entry. Again, you can comment down below the best thing that happened to you in 2024, or you can share this episode to your Instagram story. But don't forget to tag me, Hey Bria Jones, otherwise I'm not going to be able to see it, okay? So now for this fun episode, I'm so excited. I put up a little voicemail thingy on my Instagram story so you guys could just like hit record and leave me your confessionals, specifically controversial ones. So this is going to be an interesting episode, okay? For the privacy of everybody involved, yes, this is anonymous. The voices have been changed, and they will be like that when we do this in the future, just by the way, so you can feel safe sending in things. Okay, guys, story time. So the other day I get a package in the mail, right? And open it, immediately sob, hysterics. Like, I know the pregnancy hormones are very real, but you guys, I was not prepared to see the most adorable baby clothing. And honestly, getting these clothes in the mail is making everything so real that there's going to be a little baby boy bestie running around here soon. So I've been a mess, to say the least. And Riley and crew are to blame for this because their pieces are just so cute. So the Riley and Crew Collective, if you haven't heard of them, is a unique modern clothing company for children and moms. Each collection features hand-drawn illustrations paired with beautiful muted tones and timeless design. Riley and Crew caters to every stage of your child's life, whether that's welcoming the newest member of your family in Quincy May, dressing your child in Riley Crew for the first day of school, or celebrating any occasion in Nora Lee. And to top it off, the pieces are ethically made with organic materials. So I'm just so excited to style my baby in these clothing pieces because you guys, they're so stinking cute. But if you'd like to get some pieces yourself, you can visit rileyandcrew.com/becauseilove and use code BCILY at checkout for 15% off your first purchase. That's RYLEEANDCRU.com/becauseilove and use code BCILY for 15% off your first purchase. Okay, let's get into it. So what do we have first here?
Hello. So I have been in a relationship with a really sweet guy for 3 years. When I met him, he was probably at the top of his game, had a job he loved, was really into the gym, cooking. Like, he was just on top of things, and he was probably in the best shape of his life. Like, he was just a completely different person than who he is now. In the last year or so, he's had this decline, and I don't know if it's mental health related, but he is probably the complete opposite of the person I met. Not going to the gym, door dashing most his meals. He's put on like 50 pounds, and I just feel like he's not even interested in me. I feel like we are becoming roommates more than anything. And I find myself getting really frustrated and resenting him because it seems like he's not putting any effort into anything. Even if there is something wrong, I'm not blaming him for that. I just wish he would try. Like, I wish he would get help. And we've had conversations like, hey, maybe you need to go to therapy or the doctor. And I can't force him to do any of that. He's just not doing anything. And I feel like I'm getting to my breaking point of wondering if I should even be in this relationship if he's not going to try, because I am not attracted to this version of him. I liked the person who had drive and gave a little bit of effort, and I'm not blaming him for whatever he's going through, but like, he's just not trying. So I don't know. I don't know if I am being too harsh and irrational, or if I really should hold him accountable for taking care of himself. And I just wanted to know your opinion on a situation like this.
Well, hot damn, we're coming in heavy on this one. God, that's so hard. First of all, like, it's just not a black or white situation at all. Like, you're with somebody, you met one version of this person who was at the peak of their game, and then now they're in the trenches, and you're not really sure that you're vibing with how they cope. And that's fair. That's what dating is for. If I can be perfectly honest with you, that's what dating is for. And I'm not sure if this is someone you're dating or if this is a spouse. I hope this is someone you're dating, because when you're dating someone like this, if this is not working for you, it's not working for you. And I think what stood out to me in this particular voicemail was that you said you've had conversations, they are not trying. Okay. Ooh. I've literally been in a relationship just like this, where you so badly want things to work because you literally fell in love with like the better version of who they are, right? So you know they're in there somewhere, but you can't force them to get back to that place. And they might not be able to. Like, maybe something happened. I don't know, like, if something has gone on with this person, but like maybe they're just not able to get back to that place. It happens, and it's really unfortunate. But like, as people, when we care about our partners, obviously we know they're capable of certain things. If they put in the work, we know they can get back to that place. But like, what's the saying? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it, right? So this is really, really tough. Are you being too harsh? No. No, I don't think you're being too harsh because everybody has problems. Everyone deals with shit. Okay. I don't know if am I being too harsh? Maybe I'm being too harsh, but no, I don't think you are, because I think that when you're in a relationship with someone, maybe this is an unpopular opinion, but when you're in a relationship with someone, it is your obligation to also take care of yourself, because that has an effect on the other person too. It's part of your responsibility. Now, here's the thing. If he was making the effort, if he was going to therapy, if he was trying to get into the gym, get some physical movement back, like if he was trying to do those things, then I would say, yeah, you're being too harsh. Maybe let's let him work through this. And I would say it's an amazing sign that he's willing to get help. Like, that's great. That's step one. A lot of people aren't even willing to get the help. They're not willing to go to therapy. They're not willing to accept that they even have a problem. Very defensive. And I personally feel like I could not be in a relationship with someone like that who wouldn't be willing to take a step in a better direction, or just accountability that they need help. That's really hard. And it has a massive impact on the relationship. And you really are then dating someone who you don't know. And like you said, you were straight up. You didn't fall in love with the version of who they are right now. And that sucks. That sucks. So to sum this one up, my personal unsolicited advice would be to have a serious conversation with him and say, listen, this version of you is really breaking my heart. It is affecting our relationship on so many levels. Like you said, you felt like he wasn't interested in you, like that you guys were becoming roommates. These are all valid points, and these are all like legitimate reasons why relationships fall apart and don't last. Okay. So if you have spelled that out for him, and I think that you should say all those things, I think that's all you can do. And also be very straight up that, like, if there's no improvement in the relationship and you don't feel like you're even in a relationship, how's it going to work? It already sounds like it's not working for you. That's obviously between you two, but I think he needs to understand the severity of his lack of attention to himself and getting help. So yeah, that's a tough one. And I'm sorry that happened to you, but that is my advice. Give him the ultimatum. It sucks, but he needs it. He needs tough love. He needs a reality check. Period. Okay, let's listen to the next one, guys.
Hi, Bria. So, as you probably know, there's like Blackout Wednesday the night before Thanksgiving, and I definitely participated in that. And I proceeded to hook up with this guy who used to be in a situationship with one of my best friends. And I don't think it would have been a big deal, but I honestly know that this guy holds some weird special spot in her heart, even though they're not together and not even like really communicating. I know that she thought really highly of him, and perhaps if the cards fell right, they would be together in another realm. Needless to say, I feel like a shitty friend. I'm like disgusted with myself. I fully regret everything that happened. We had gone to his place after the bars closed, and things were just flirty. And in the moment, like, that's what I did. And I woke up literally in his bed, and I immediately felt sick to my stomach thinking about why I did that. And I'm really not sure why I even did that. He's not my type. He's not even really someone that is worth this, in my opinion. And I feel like it did hurt my best friend. I just don't know how to address the situation.
I need time to process. I need time to process this. Okay, so let's recap for a second. You went out, Blackout Wednesday before Thanksgiving, turn up. First of all, this made me so happy that I don't go out anymore. Like, I am so pregnant and removed from this life. My God, my God. Alcohol, it doesn't work for everybody, and that's okay. But okay, we listen and we do not judge. I'm going to be honest with you. In college, I did something similar to this. And I used to have the, what's it called? I used to have the mindset that, like, if you weren't dating someone and were in a relationship with someone, like, fuck off, get over it. However, okay, I think, first of all, this was your best friend. A little different. I didn't do this to my best friend. Okay, it was more of an acquaintance. But anyways, it was a good enough friend that it still made me feel really bad. Let me just say this. Sometimes you have to go through an experience to understand it's not worth it and why. You don't know why you did it, but I'm sure deep down you might know why you did it. If you really sat down and thought about it, because it sounds like, it sounds like you were coherent and took the steps of hooking up with said boy. Okay. I think if you sat down with yourself, there would probably be a deeper reason for why you actually did it. And I want you to take that time to do that, because you said he's not even your type. Things were just flirty. Hey, and things do just happen like that, but I really do think there's a reason for everything. So maybe sit with yourself and think a little deeper on why you made that choice. First of all, I don't want you to let this hang over your head forever. I do think you deserve to forgive yourself and move on from it, especially if this isn't a guy that she dated. Like, she thought highly of him. It's gray. It's murky. And honestly, what I would do if I were you and this was my best friend is I would come completely clean, apologize, take accountability for the situation and be like, because you said it's awkward. So she knows that this happened. She knows that you left with him, like whatever, it's in the past. But I think you just have to like fully own it at this point. There's no dancing around it. And if you do, it's going to make you look like a bad person. It's going to make you look like you don't care about your friend. And if you care more about your friend than this boy, you have to apologize for it and make sure she's good. She might not even care as much as you think. Sometimes situationships are fun, but if they were never in a relationship, chances are if you guys have a conversation, she might be willing to give you a lot of grace with this one. I would really hope that a friendship wouldn't end over a situationship, right? I'm rooting for you both. But I think honesty is the best policy in this case. If she has any inkling that it happened, you just need to come clean. Fuck that boy. Like, we don't know what happened. We're gonna blame it on the booze, whatever. But don't sabotage your relationship with her for this, okay? But it's awkward, right? If it was the alcohol that you feel like played a major role in this, which people say that happens too, okay? One, I think that you should maybe reflect on your drinking habits if you're making decisions like this and then you're regretting them. Think about if it's worth getting to that point. If you're saying alcohol played a role in this, which it most likely did, but we don't want to be making decisions like this because then you wake up and you've got the anxiety, you have all these things, and it's just not worth it. This is exactly why I found so much peace in sobriety. Not because I was hooking up with everybody. I was not hooking up with everybody, but because I just felt anxiety about the things I would say or do the night before, even if it wasn't a big deal. Like maybe I danced on an elevated surface, but I would like let that hang over my head so bad. But I really think that I don't know. Personally, I don't think this is a big deal. If it is a situationship, like you're saying, we can move past this. I think we can. If you're honest with your friend that this was not a good choice on your behalf, you feel really terrible about it, and ask her what you can do. If she feels betrayed by you, you need to have that conversation with her on what she needs from you in order to build trust again. I'm not your best friend, we are, but I'm not. So I don't know what she's going to need from you. And you have to ask her that and see what she's willing to say. But I think just leaving this awkward and leaving the elephant in the room is the worst thing you can do. You need to address it so that you guys can move on. And then perhaps stick to mocktails for a little bit. Or at least boys you like. Listen, you guys know drinking water has always been an important part of my wellness routine. But as you may know, since I've been pregnant, I've had this crazy pregnancy symptom of having difficulty drinking water. With all the heightened senses I have and the pregnancy hormones, it's been a blessing and a curse that I can taste drastic differences in my water. So much so to the point that I have a hard time drinking certain kinds of water. Now, I obviously want the baby and myself to get optimal hydration, and luckily, AquaTru purifiers have helped me get clean, safe water. AquaTru purifiers use a 4-stage reverse osmosis purification process, and their countertop purifiers work with no installation or plumbing. The water tastes fantastic, and you don't have to worry about PFAs or other harmful contaminants. The filters are affordable and last from 6 months to 2 years. Using one set of filters from their classic purifiers make the equivalent of 4,500 bottles of water. I can truly taste the difference, and staying hydrated has been so much easier with my AquaTru. AquaTru comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee and even makes a great gift. Today, my listeners can receive 20% off any AquaTru purifier. Just go to aquatru.com, that's AQUATRU.com, and enter code BCILY at checkout. That's 20% off any AquaTru water purifier when you go to aquatru.com and use promo code BCILY.
Hey, Bria. Okay, don't know where to start with this one, but here we go. So, I was home for Thanksgiving, visiting my family, and mind you, I'm an introvert, okay? Like, I need my time to myself, and my family is just a lot, all right? So, they were all gonna go run an errand, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna stay back. I end up staying back, and I was like, this would be a great opportunity to flick the bean, if you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? So I decided I was gonna have a little me time, and I pulled up a little video. I got comfortable, and I started doing my thing and doing my thing. Well, the video just freezes, and I'm like, okay, a word, like what's going on? And I figured it was just my parents' shitty Wi-Fi. So I'm trying to like connect to the Wi-Fi because I am like mid diddle, like mid diddle. Anyways, I then receive a text message from my dad, and he's like, hey, we forgot something just running in to grab. Didn't want to scare you. And I was like, okay, bet. Come to find out, after I came back to my senses, after I took care of myself, I realized my phone was connecting to the car. And they 1000% heard the video that I was watching, and that's why the video froze. It was not the Wi-Fi. It was my phone connecting to the car pulling back up. And honestly, I was wondering why everybody was giving me a weird look, a weird vibe when they got back. I'm like, there's some tension in the air, and I'm not sure what I did. And then, yes, it dawned on me. That's what happened, and everybody heard. So I'm just really anxious about going home for Christmas now, and I'm not really sure what to do at this point. Like, do I just address it at Christmas dinner? I don't know. Like, what would you do?
Oh my God. That was the best. That was the best. Wow. Oh my God. You said mid diddle. Mid diddle. Oh my, I don't know who you are, but I love you so much because that might have made my entire day and week. Whew, that's a lot to unpack, hunty. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to give you advice that is probably responsible, but like if it were me, I would probably act like I was never mid diddle. Actually, yeah, maybe just who cares? Like, okay, it's 2024, damn near 2025. We are allowed to diddle ourselves respectfully. I don't know. It just seems like it was an unfortunate mistake. What could you do? Right? I feel like it's a sign that you're healthy. They should be happy for you. Where I have question marks for you, babe, is I'm gonna say the level of severity is depending on like what your category of corn is. Okay. Yeah. So like, what do you think they heard? Because only you would know. And I think that kind of determines if we need to address something. If they're just hearing like macaroni sounds, grow up, get over it. Okay. But if there were some controversial things being said or being done that could be picked up, they might just be shocked and not have known you were that kind of person. I don't know. I just don't think either way an explanation is going to make this better. So perhaps plead the fifth with this one. I don't know. I might need the audience to chime in on this one. What are we doing, besties? What are we doing? Definitely you could at Christmas dinner just make a toast to those who diddle and just, you guys don't have to talk about it again. We can get over it from there. But don't let this ruin your Christmas, okay? Like I said, I think this is a great sign that you're healthy and everything's working. And you know what? You're going to do what you need to do. And everyone does. I think, right? Everyone does. You're not hurting anybody. So I don't know. I don't think you need to explain this one, sis. You know? I think the more you talk and try to explain it, the worse it will be. So perhaps we just accept that we did something very natural. And it is like it's normal. It's a natural human thing. You don't need to be ashamed of it. I just think you need to be a little more cognizant about like how you're doing your thing, especially when there are other people in the house or in the room. Like, come on, you got to do better than that. Okay, turn off your Bluetooth. Like, amateur. Amateur. But yeah, like we don't shame around here. You just need to be smarter. Sorry. Oh man, I think honestly that's enough for me today. I was not expecting all of that, and I loved hearing you guys' confessionals. So thank you if you sent them in, and if you want to send one in, you can do that at the link in the description. Literally, you just like hit the record button. You can do it straight from your phone, and I will change your voice so nobody can hear it. But I would love the feedback in the comments too, because like I don't know if my advice is advising. I'm not qualified. I am a girl in the internet. That's all I am. So I definitely need you guys to chime in on all three of these, okay? Let me know what you would do. Because I'm kind of stumped on some of these. But this is really fun, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I think the next one will be in 2025 after the holidays. So make sure you're following me on Instagram and make sure you have post notifications on because I'll let you guys know when that episode is coming up. But I hope you guys all have a safe holiday. And I just want to thank you so much again for your support with the Because I Love You podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, rate it 5 stars. And again, the third emoji. I did not tell you about the third emoji. The third emoji is going to be let's see. Let me be very strategic about which one I'm picking. The third emoji is going to be the flame emoji. The fire flame one. Yeah. There's only one, right? Yeah. The flame emoji. Okay. DM that to me in my Instagram messages on Hey Bria Jones. And I'm making you do it that way so I can actually contact you and tell you that you won if you won. Okay. And if you don't win this one, there's going to be another one in the next episode. All right, guys. Have a great holiday and have a happy new year. I love you so much. And thank you for a wonderful 2024. Love you.